absent. But anyways, we're gonna jump into the drafting stage between RRQ Hoshi versus Aurora, with RRQ Hoshi first pick and Aurora onto second pick.
All right. Mathilda instantly banned out. We know how good Renegade is on a pick like that. The Lo Yi, though, gets banned out too. It's just pure respect from the side of RRQ Hoshi to Aurora, you know, Yue and Renegade. Especially Renegade, I would say. I think a lot of the criticism as well from Aurora, or towards Aurora, has been Renegade's hero pool. It's quite predictable in a sense as well, and if you ban a Mathilda, you ban a Tigreal too.
Yeah.
Does look like Renegade kind of struggled sometimes.
Yeah. Especially since the meta has changed in MPL Philippines Season 14. Renegade was actually the roamer that had the most unique heroes picked.
Oh.
He ended the season with 15 unique heroes picked in a single season of MPL.
As a roamer?
Like
As a roamer, yeah.
Healers, yeah?
Yeah, he had one game as a main sitar even. They were trying everything under the sun. But then now, it's sort of been funneled into the meta where your options in the roam are really Cho, Tigreal, Mathilda. Mathilda's fallen off. High loss from time to time. Kalin or the Gatot.
It feels like nothing changed.
Nothing changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
The meta for Rome is, we're not really in a good place for roamers right now.
Yeah.
It's just that. I think for XP too. XP and Rome has got
kinda
hit
similar.
real hard. The jungle, gold. Actually, you know what? With Granger and Harith, if Granger and Harith are open, it's pretty boring because it's just Granger, Harith, and Irithel. But if you have Granger and Harith banned, that opens a whole new world.
Honestly,
of gold.
yeah, I mean, when it comes down to the EXP lane though, there's releases of fighters that's meant to go into the EXP, and then boom, they're in jungle.
Yeah, that's true. We saw Lucas actually suffer that fate, going
Yeah.
to Hades in the jungle. Don't know how he performed in the last few matches, but RRQ,
It's
first
a
pick.
2-0 though.
2-0?
It's a
against
2-0.
SRG?
SRG, yeah.
SRG, Innocent smacked them, huh?
Probably.
Let's probably not get too much into detail about that.
Let's see maybe.
All right, Granger first pick, expected for RRQ Hoshi. Toy has been phenomenal on the pick, even in the loss against Evo's Holy in Game 2.
Yeah, game 1 was great.
MVP performance.
Let's see if Aurora will. Aurora has two routes. They either pick the Renegade pick as one of the first two, or usually they save the Renegade pick even all the way up to the last pick, because they're really just trying to get advantage around the center of the map. That's always been the beating heart of the Aurora playstyle. If at any point Renegade you with Demon Kite struggles, then it falls into Edward to do something, find a way to completely turn things around as a substitute roamer, while Renegade is just trying to get his footing back again in the map. So Phove's Edith might be open for him later, but of course with the Fanny open, Demon Kite goes ahead and picks it up, even though you have heroes such as like the Jawhead and the Cho still open for RRQ Hoshi.
The Fanny is so rarely open that I think I personally forgot about the
Kinda
pick.
slipped
I was
off.
like, okay, yeah, it's going to be Granger for sure. But yeah, RRQ, no wonder they took time to think about that first pick. It was because they were just pondering on, all right, Granger or Fanny? And now they go for the Suyo and the Hilda. This is usually the answer to the Assassins. Hi, Fanny,
Very
especially right now.
aggressive.
So. And it's Dyron. This is a signature pick for Dyron. We've been talking about how if Dyron gets Hilda and Aran, I would say as well, it'll be a problem for the enemy team.
Yeah, I think Aurora would want to. I'm trying to think if they have it in them to pick up a double revitalize, but nah, they still end up going Cho. I thought they'd consider saving the Cho for maybe the fourth pick just to see what the bans are gonna be before you pick it up, but well, they already know the Hilda's going to the EXP, so maybe that's why they decided to just pick up the roam for the Cho for the roam.
I thought it would be great at least if they are constantly gonna keep RRQ Hoshi guessing. Like, is this gonna be an EXP or Hylos kind of thing? I mean, understandably, whenever I look at Edward, I just look at him as a monolith, right? Just throw him anything, he survived. Throw him anything, he'll do the best, right? So honestly, even if this Hylos goes to the EXP or the roam side, I think it's definitely something that RRQ Hoshi gotta have to look out for.
Okay, they banned the Irithel too. I think the Moskov should follow next, forcing Aurora into a bad spot. The Badang gets banned out again. A hero that hasn't really been able to find success at all here in the group stage of the Challenge Finals, at least for the roam position. I don't think we've seen an XP, right? Not yet.
The Badang?
Yeah.
I think most of... Yeah,
Not in
almost
Stream
all
A.
the-
Not in Stream A.
Not in
Yeah.
Stream A.
Even the other streams, the other Badang games, that's how it was in Rome.
Yeah. And for the Hilda, we have never seen the Hilda go roam, at least in Stream A. I don't know about the other streams. Aurora, final ban. Is it a Tigreal ban, perhaps? I think
What are we
still
missing
work.
It
out?
would be warranted.
It's a very good pick for Edok in this position, and Aurora can have already fulfilled everything. There you go.
Yeah.
Go for the Tigro man.
I'm thinking if, well, I mean, the Moscow's like the obvious choice for Doming later on. But Aurora has shown in the past that there are times where Moscow looks like the last best option, but then they also have two other options. Either they go Beatrix or they're still even willing to play Claude. But Fanaon, I wouldn't like Claude here.
This feels very
Leave the Beatrix.
divey though. I mean, technically, if they would want to play a Beatrix, they can still kind of play a bit of like siege comp. Because since the mage is currently still open, if they want, they can still technically go for the Farsa plus a Beatrix. They've got pretty good siege, and they've got pretty good high ground on that part.
Yeah, as long as reach. If it's not the Farsa, it could be this. Oh, they moved
Good
it.
call. Good call. It was great, yeah. Against the against the Granger, the Farsa Beatrix combination will be lethal. Considering as well that you already have good peel, the Farsa walks in pretty well, I think. But now without the Beatrix, do they just go Moskov Farsa, or is that too greedy, right? Because for the Moskov, you gotta wait for either Power Spike, Farsa. I don't think it's going too well if you don't have like a Super Prio Gold.
I think Yue can go Veil.
Oh,
Veil.
that was the pick that beat RRQ Hoshi in the Swiss stage.
Yeah.
The Veil. They go for the Vex instead, a signature Yue pick. There's a lot of Yue Vexana picks.
Yeah.
It's a good old solid standard.
Yeah, plus Cho and the Vexana together, tried and tested combo.
Is it out of the question for us to think that Sicilian might be gold?
Sicilian Gold?
Sicilian gold?
I don't think against the Granger you would go for Sicilian Gold, but
Yeah, it's quite hard to reach him with anything. Yeah, Sicilian Gold.
Do you not have reach for that?
No, because of how mobile he can get.
I mean technically it might come out. They already have enough physical damage. Farsa gets picked up by RRQ Hoshi, so there you go. They picked it up against a Joy, against Evo's Holy, this time against a Fanny, plus the Ruby though. So at least they have Edok on a signature pick that is great at just peeling away from Fannies or any sort of dives.
Well, part of me says that if they go Moskov here, it's a... I would want to see something else, but then with the presence of the Farsa and the Ruby, I was like, huh. Maybe you just go.
They've got mobility as well if they want to go for cross-map plays. Fanny and Cho can kind of enable him pretty well.
Yeah, so maybe it just might be Moskov.
I think the safe choice is the Moscow, but they go for the Claude instead, and this one is a bit riskier, right?
Yeah.
We talked about the laning phase. The big problem for the Claude against the Granger, we didn't get to talk about this because of the action in the RRQ versus Evo's matchup, is the fact that the Claude cannot contest for the gold crab. So it leaves Granger to get a gold lead super early in the game. Every single gold crab that spawns, you just take it over and over again. So Aurora needs to find a way to send someone up there to try to take the gold crab before the Granger gets rolling.
Yeah, the Claude and the Fanny both need help in their sections of the map. That might be a bit too much for the Cho and the Vexana to handle, but let's see. But yeah, what we were talking about earlier, Moskov looks like the last best option. They go two routes. Beatrix was banned. They still decided to go Claude. But with the Ruby around, the Farsa might actually be safe from the Claude.
Well, we'll see how that's gonna work as we're gonna go for the final series of the day between RRQ Hoshi versus Aurora. We've got a lot to talk about when it comes down to the drafts, but we're gonna have to break it down a little bit more during the laning phase and see how exactly these, first Fanny of the day here in Stream A is gonna fare and how this is gonna play out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just dive right in, Land of Dawn.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Will it be revenge for RRQ Hoshi or repeat for Aurora? Last time they met 2-0 in the Open Finals Swiss stage.
Trying to see. Okay, so both rovers are going to start around the gold. Trying to jockey for position there. So the junglers are left undisturbed. Edward up against the Hilda. It's just going to be two people just healing after hurting each other. That's pretty much going to be it.
Okay, good clear 2 for Sitsujin here. The pathing from both junglers actually to the opposite side of each other. So, relatively safe pathing here. Nothing too crazy for the emblems too. It's just the standard Rins, lethal ignition as usual on the Farsa. Just like all the previous Farsa games that he's played here in SPS.
one thing I'm really looking at is how Aurora will handle the inevitable rotation around after the second or third turtle, or around the third turtle, where RRQ Hoshi will just get Toy out of lane already so that they can rotate around with their Granger, meaning that Dominkite will be stuck just trying to farm yet again. Or Aurora might not even allow that rotation to happen. Dominkite missed some cables.
Yeah, gets poked down by Siltsugen with the Soul Sever earlier now. Good setup for the turtle. 12 seconds for the purple buff too. And Toy, this is the pressure that you have on the Granger. You clear the way, force the Claude in the turret, and then you just start poking him down. That's what's forced Domeng to go for the Warrior Boots early.
Good respect of that. He sidestepped a few. If he gets to middle of his health bar, that's where it's going to be bad for him if he's still stuck under tower, but Aurora can't get close.
Jin controlling it, finds with the red tree. Edward on the bad spot, Glorious Pathway out of there. Tyrant actually still decides to go in. Getting some damage done, but it is a Hylos. He can still just regen all the way back up.
Yep. Again, just two heroes healing each other after, healing themselves after hurting each other. Edok might get caught.
Whoa, Flicker and the Wither Dragon. Edok gonna be caught. Demon Kite picks up the kill. Siltsugen might be the next target. Gets away with the blink. Renegade walks up. Just scouting, being a distraction.
Okay, giving the vision. I thought they might continue the aggression with Edok no longer there, but I think they knew that maybe they might not be in the right position, considering that Rins has his Feathered Airstrike still. Speaking of, just used it in the mid and got to get a good poke onto US. Gonna send the mid laner of Aurora back. Even got a single poke off onto Dominkite with a Feathered Airstrike.
Edok, I'm offended. Getting the stun down from Rins as well. Tyrant walking over. Demon Kite, good cables to escape. Oh, clinical cables. That could have been a kill for RRQ.
Yeah. A very hairy situation there for Demon Kite. A good read by RRQ Hoshi, knowing that there's a chance that Renegade might actually not be close to Demon Kite, so they committed a few more bodies trying to take him down, but now Renegade found a kick!
Terrifying Edok still able to escape, that's the cutthroat, but traded over. Siltsugen looking for a double kill, Demon Kite dead already, Renegade following next, Tyrant able to go for the flank, and Edward will just try to get some trades up top by hitting on the turret gold.
So RRQ Hoshi again continuing the trend of what people know, what you really need to try to do against Aurora. You control around the mid, so they picked up an EXP laner that can clear minion wave fast, or maybe even give up one minion wave push to Edward. That is just a high loss anyway. And as the Hilda, you go to the mid supplement, so you have 4 bodies around the center of the map to pressure Renegade, Demon Kite, and Yue, and so far it's been working for RRQ Hoshi.
Whoa, Dyron actually gonna sacrifice the cannon minion, the XP cannon, to go over to Demon Kite. Spots him in the purple buff, but doesn't stop him from taking it. It's a trade, purple for Turtle. I'm offended over. Renegade gonna be pulled back as well. Toy, Rhapsody out, plays into it, coming down onto Siltsugen, who's gonna be gunned down and taken out by Dominkite. Another cutthroat. Toy is down. And just like that, Aurora equalize on the board.
Yeah, I thought Renegade was just gonna end up losing his life for nothing, but good response by Yue and Dominkite to follow up. Able to get the Cursed Blast in there alongside the Blazing Duet with the Claude. Good thing Yue was able to hit that skill, or they wouldn't have walked away with kills.
That would have been amazing for RRQ had they just left. I wonder what got Siltsugen stuck in the pit, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think he used the skill 1. I think it might have been a tap that got him back into the turtle pit.
That'd been a timing thing also, because he was the one who got kicked by Renegade, right? Oh, at the bottom. Oh, Toy. Not good.
Nice flicker, gets away, reads it out. Renegade caught on the bad spot now. That's Sonata not able to find Renegade. 2 of those shots whiffing, but good information from Edok.
Yeah, that was a perfect flicker too. Exactly where Renegade ended up with his flicker, that's where Toy was, and he got the flicker out right before he entered. So now Aurora, with 1 conceal gone, they won't be able to go for a blitz play trade around the conceal. They're just going to have to play around the vision that Edward, Yue, and Renegade will be able to provide.
It's back to the reading game. The Hilda constantly poking Renegade. Goes back up top. You can already see that, I mean, this is just the meta right now for the XP lane. Good chunk of damage placed on the Dominkite, but yeah, XP lane, once you get to a certain minute in the game, you just start giving all your resources to your carries.
Yep. I really like how RRQ Hoshi, Rins is just using his feather. Oh, a kick!
Okay, beat up, drop back, Eternal Guard used as well. Demon Kite just diving into the back, Toy still able to kite away as Demon Kite now is forced away. Enoch, I'm offended, able to find two there. Oh, gets away too. Dyron in the midst of it all, dishing out damage. Toy coming in as well, could terrify, and the Curse Blast blazing duets. Dyron with the Revitalize, staying in the bush, getting the regen, and he just tanks it up. Demon Kite walking in again, Dyron in the bush. Stops himself from being picked off. Hilda still as tanky as ever. All the meanwhile, Sutsujin is on Eternal Flicker from Rins. Feathered Airstrike finding Yue in the back.
Oh, you probably just felt that force of that wave that went all around the earth. That is millions of fans of two big organizations clenching at the same time with so many close calls up until RRQ Hoshi finally got the decisive win, the decisive pick onto Yue, the third turtle, and the tower in the middle, Dominkite.
Almost just assassinated by Dyron. How does it look like purple buff? I believe it was stolen. Both of their junglers went for the retry. Would love to see Demon Kite right now to see if he possesses the purple. It doesn't look like it. It actually does look like Sutsujin got the purple earlier, and he's now taking his own.
It's a bit of a teaser. Oh yeah, Demon Kite does not have it.
Whoa!
Strike. Oh,
Offended, finding it mid-air. One last shot. Doesn't get it. Demon Kite still able to escape again. Barely.
You said Idol, this is a signature for him, right? So he likes the Franco, he likes the Ruby, he just likes anything that can pull.
He likes the hook.
He likes the hook. And he can get the Fanny even in midair with a Ruby. That's pretty solid.
That's the Edoc special right there. He really likes these pick-off heroes. I bet Shikaja, once it gets to the meta again, will be one of the prio picks too for RRQ Hoshi.
Just spam that constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go back to the times where it's either just Kaja or Franco in the roam.
For RRQ, every single time they get a new roamer, it's always a Franco god, it's always a Ruby god. Dyron
he's stuck.
Renegade in a bad spot already. Use the conceal. He might have to flicker out of this one. He does use the flicker, but Sutsujin, oh no, they actually stopped. They think it's fine. There's no surprise engage potential anymore. Oh, Enoch again, front of the I'm offended. Now it's on to Edward with the glorious pathway. It's another resource burn. 5 seconds for the Lord to spawn in the game.
And now another purple buff might get taken away from Demon Kite, but it looks like he'll be here in time. Let's see how hard RRQ Hoshi will commit to stealing this.
Renegade, Jikundo back. Sutsujin with retreat and the Soul Severed as a cancel as well with Dora walking. Renegade caught again. Compromised position. Edward revitalized, but it's still a kill. It's still a pick. RRQ now set their sights on the purple buff their own as Toy goes onto the Lord, but they know the main prio is to stop the purple buff from being taken by Demon Kite.
Idol's Wolfkings have been on point. It stopped a lot of pick-off attempts by Aurora.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a lot of damage, Dyron. Again with the revitalized blazing away from the Domain, but he gets pulled back, but I'm offended. Now it's Demon Kite without a purple, failing to go for the assassination. Edward caught the feathered airstrike over to Yue as Sutsujin gets rid of the horse. It's an RRQ Hoshi winning team fight.
And RRQ Hoshi have solidified their lead. Almost 10 minutes into this game, they will get this first Lord without a problem.
Up top, solo kill Tori!
What?
Getting the solo on Demon Kite!
The Granger finds the Fanny who tried to push. And RRQ Hoshi looks like they're just playing up against a team that, after losing to them in the open final Swiss stage in SPS Season 6, they've learned, they've adapted, and now they're reading Aurora like a book that they've read so many times before.
Man, 11-5, completely shutting down Demon Kite on the Fanny. No purple buffs since what, minute 7?
Yep.
Minute 6? And now it's another purple buff that will definitely go into the hands of Sutsujin. Level 15. Damage leaderboard, it is Rins on the far side. The feather airstrike to zone Domain Kite away from the tier 2.
Yeah, and I really appreciate how Rins has been using this feathered airstrike. They know they're in the lead. He's not waiting for a set. He's not waiting for a team fight. He's just constantly using it to zone. So that makes the map of Aurora so much smaller. It's hard for them to get a substantial push. It's hard for them to stop any of the RRQ Hoshi pushes. RRQ Hoshi has just been playing this game so great around the Farsa and around having a much more active EXP laner. Edward's been stuck in lane. Now he's just stuck again, standing there and cheering Aurora on.
Bottom lane will be Demon Kite's way to try to stop the siege from happening. Toy still just chunking them down with that Sonata. Another Feather Airstrike right as it is off cooldown.
Wow.
Edward, glorious pathway. I'm offended though. Catches him. That's a good resource burnt out. Demon Kite walking up again. Oh, the G-Coup over the way to Dragon, but it's off angle. Toy able to just dish out damage. Now that's Sonata again onto Edward. Domeng Kite very low. Sunsujin. Oh,
Stun.
doesn't get the last part of the ult. And Domeng gets away. Now
Kite?
it's Demon Kite just distracting and trying to buy some time for the team.
Aurora will still try to hold on here, but another feathered airstrike getting into the pool by Edok!
Two-man, I'm offended from Edok! And just like that, Toy now, 2 kills! That's another! Toy is a monster! It's a triple for RRQ Hoshi.
And what can the Hitman do to try and stop this win by
Maniac!
RRQ Hoshi? It doesn't look like it's a lot, as Toy got a Maniac!
Renegade walking up, gets stunned and taken down! An unofficial Savage for Toy!
What the hell happened to the Fanny? All I saw was Fanny's cabling around, spinning around, and suddenly pop. I thought that the Fanny might have been able to clear everyone else out.